Okay, on this system of equations here, don't forget that our model is y equals mx plus b. So I noticed that what the trouble is in this sometimes is that our math skills, so that's why we need to practice this a lot. But if you recall, when we're working with standard equations that we need to get rid of the fraction with, the same thing with this. You know, it's a lot easier to work when we don't have fractions to move things around. So if you notice right here, we're starting off with a bunch of fractions. Well, our denominator is 3. We multiply everything by 3. Then these 3 right here cancel when you multiply or distribute that 3, right? These 3's right here cancel, leaving just a 10, and then this becomes 3x. A lot easier to move from here. If you notice, according to our model, only the y should be in the left side. Everything else should be in the right side. So I definitely have to move this 10 over here, and that happens to be my b. So when I move it, it becomes positive 10, right? So it gives you 5y. If I set this up in order, it gives me 3x plus 10. And then, of course, the last step would be to leave the y completely by itself by dividing by 5. And then we need to do it to every single one. So that should give us our y and then our equals. This, you cannot really divide it, so it's just 3/5 x. This 10 divided by 5 is 2. So on this one, we're going to start at 2. And then our slope, this is our starting point right here, right? Our y-intercept, positive 2. And then our slope happens to be 3 over 5. A number right next to the x. Change of y over change of x. So change of y is positive 3. So my positive numbers on the y-axis are going up. And then change of x, positive 5. I see my positive numbers over here on the right side. So I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to go 3 up and 5 to the right. And of course the opposite of that, if I can continue my line, would be 3 down and 5 to the left. So I can continue my line there. Okay, then we can draw a line. And then if I continue with the other one, I'll do the second one in blue. Again, following our model here. So alright. So as you notice, this is our x, should be on the right side, not the left side. So I'm going to move it over here. And then of course that changes the sign to 6x, right? Or plus 6x or what have you. Which gives you negative 5y. And according to this, we should put the x first. So I'm going to put my 6x first. They're different families. My 35 would happen to be my b, so I'm going to put that over here. And now I can finish off by leaving the y alone by dividing by that number, the exact same number, so that I can end up with my positive 1. Okay, but of course if you divide the left by negative 5, then you divide the right side also by negative 5. So here, there's nothing much we can do. I just like to leave the negative sign on top instead of the bottom. Positive and negative becomes negative. So I'm going to put a minus sign here. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So there's the equation. So here's our y-intercept, starting at negative 7. And then our slope is negative 6 over 5. Change of y over change of x. Change of y means is negative, so that means that you're going to be going down. Change of x is positive, so you're going to be going to the right. So you have 6 down, oops, Since we can't go 6 down and 5 to the right, we could go the opposite direction, which is 6 up and 5 to the left. And that would still make our negative line there. Okay, now notice right here, this is where the both intersected at. And that happens to be the point -5 and -1. So where our x is -5 and our y is -1. So that's going to be our answer right there. Okay, and that happens to be the point where both of these have true answers. Okay, and they both intersect there.